Welcome back to a new episode of Gus Talks Wrestling. This one, unfortunately, is going to be a bit of a downer. It's only June, and we already have more wrestlers being released. Now, technically, they're not just being released, their contracts are not being renewed. The first person I have to talk about, and definitely the most shocking, is R Truth. They didn't renew his contract, and this is very surprising due to the fact that he just had that match with John Cena. Also, he's one of the best people that they have when it comes to just needing a comedic moment or just a random person to do pretty much anything. A rumor I recently heard, though, is that the reason he wasn't re signed is because they tried to give him a new contract at the end of this old one, but he would have been getting paid less, so he just didn't re sign. But I don't know how much of that is actually true. Next up, another person who didn't get their contract renewed was Carlito. Now, I'm not too terribly surprised. Not that I think that Carlito is bad, but it didn't really seem that they had much for him other than just being the lackey for the Judgment Day. Now, I am still saddened by this though, because I did like Carlito, and that's too bad that they just didn't feel the need to keep him around. I do also find it a little bit annoying that when these releases happen, that we just don't see these people anymore. There's no kind of like, oh man, what happened to that person or anything like that. I did find it a little funny though that on this most recent Monday Night Raw, Carlito wasn't there and neither was the PlayStation 5 in the clubhouse for the Judgment Day. So apparently Carlito took it with him. Another contract that was not renewed was Valhalla, also known as Sarah Logan. Now, she hasn't been on TV in quite some time, so I'm not too surprised about this, but it is kind of sad the fact that her husband, Ivar, is going to continue to wrestle without her being able to be in the same company. Now, as of the recording of this video, those are all of the ones that they've definitely gone through with on not renewing contracts. However, I did a little research, and there are a couple of other wrestlers that are going to be having their contracts coming up really soon, more than likely over this summer, and I'm really worried about some of these guys. The first one who has a contract that's up sometime within the next few months is Dragon Lee. Now, mind you, I don't think I would miss him too terribly much just because they don't really do much with him, but it would still be sad to see him go because he is a great luchador and an amazing person in the ring. Now, this next one I'm really worried about, Karrion Cross. His contract apparently is up sometime during this summer. Now, what worries me about this is even though he's been getting such an explosion in fan reaction, he hasn't really been seen on television at all, and I don't know if they're going to give him that opportunity before they just release him. I really, really hope they don't, because I think he has a lot of opportunity to really skyrocket in the business and become something amazing. Now, I'm pretty sure if Carrion was to go, so would Scarlett, not just because they're married in real life, but I think they have some sort of dual contract, or at the very least, they signed the contract at the same time. So I can't imagine her sticking around if he ends up going. And finally, this one would absolutely crush me, The Miz. His contract is apparently also going to be up this summer, which I really, really hope they renew his because I can't imagine the WWE actually letting him go. But I would have said the same thing about R Truth. Now, I definitely don't want that to happen because I want The Miz to stay. He's one of my favorites. But with some of the choices they've made, not just with these recent releases, but the last set of releases, I just don't know what to expect. So, what are all of your opinions about the people that have been released so far and those three other potentials that I mentioned? Let me know in the comments.